Welcome everybody, it's wonderful to have you all here today. Today, we are going on a journey that will take us deep into the heart of Indigenous cultures and their unique ways of understanding the world. We're going to explore the fascinating world of Indigenous Psychologies, a realm rich with wisdom and tradition. These are the unique ways of understanding the mind and behavior that have been developed by Indigenous peoples all over the world, each with their own distinct practices and beliefs. These perspectives are rooted in ancient traditions, deep connections to the land, and a strong sense of community. They are passed down through generations, ensuring the survival of their rich heritage. Now, you might be wondering, what makes Indigenous psychology so special? Why should we pay attention to them? Well, they offer a different way of looking at the world, one that is holistic and deeply interconnected with nature. They remind us that there are many ways of being and many ways of healing. Indigenous healers, for example, use methods that have been honed over centuries. They teach us about the importance of balance, harmony, and respect for all things. This respect extends to all living beings and the environment. In this journey, we'll learn about the differences between Indigenous and mainstream psychology. We'll see how Indigenous approaches can complement and enhance our understanding. We'll discover the incredible contributions that Indigenous knowledge has made to our understanding of the human mind. Their insights have often been overlooked but are invaluable. And we'll talk about the challenges that Indigenous communities face in preserving their beautiful cultures. These challenges are numerous and complex, but the resilience of these communities is inspiring. So get ready to open your hearts and minds. Let's learn together, embracing the wisdom of Indigenous psychologies and the lessons they offer for all of humanity. Mainstream psychology, the kind we usually hear about, often focuses on the individual. It looks at our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors as separate from the world around us. But Indigenous psychologies see things differently. Imagine a circle. In the center is the individual, but surrounding that individual are their family, their community, their ancestors, and the natural world. All of these things are connected, like threads in a beautiful tapestry. This holistic view shapes how Indigenous cultures understand mental health and well-being. It's not just about what's going on inside your head. It's about your relationships, your connection to your culture, and your place in the world. For centuries, Indigenous communities have developed powerful ways of healing and supporting mental well-being. These methods have been passed down through generations, preserving a rich tapestry of knowledge and tradition. These practices are often rooted in a deep understanding of the natural world and the interconnectedness of all things. The wisdom of these communities teaches us that everything in the universe is connected, and healing comes from recognizing and nurturing these connections. Take, for example, the talking circles used by many Native American tribes. These circles are more than just a method of communication. They are a profound way to build trust and foster a sense of belonging. These circles provide a safe and supportive space for people to share their stories, express their emotions, and find healing together. The act of sharing and listening in a communal setting can be incredibly therapeutic and empowering. The circle itself represents equality and the importance of listening to everyone's voice. In this way, it ensures that each person feels valued and heard, reinforcing the community's strength and unity. Another example is the use of traditional healing ceremonies. These rituals are deeply spiritual and often involve songs, dances, and symbolic acts that have been practiced for centuries. These ceremonies, often led by respected elders or healers, can help individuals connect with their spiritual beliefs, find forgiveness, and restore balance in their lives. They serve as a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms, offering holistic healing. These ancient practices offer valuable lessons for modern psychology. By integrating these time-honored methods, we can enhance our understanding of mental health and well-being. They remind us of the power of community, the importance of storytelling, and the healing potential of connecting with something larger than ourselves. In a world that often feels fragmented, these practices offer a path to wholeness and harmony. Culture is the heart and soul of a people. It is the essence that defines their existence and shapes their worldview. It's the language we speak, the stories we tell, the traditions we keep, and the values we cherish. These elements form the foundation of our identity and community. For Indigenous communities, cultural heritage is especially precious. It is a living, breathing entity that evolves yet remains rooted in ancient wisdom. It's what connects them to their ancestors, their land, and their identity. This connection is a source of strength and continuity. Imagine a long, unbroken thread stretching back through time, linking the past with the present and the future. That thread is culture, passed down from generation to generation. It carries the wisdom, the resilience, and the spirit of a people. Through dances, music, and festivals, the spirit of the community is kept alive and vibrant. For Indigenous communities, preserving their cultural heritage is not just about remembering the past. It's about ensuring a future where their languages are spoken, their traditions are honored, and their children can grow up strong and proud of who they are. It is about creating a legacy that will endure for generations to come. In this way, the heart of a people continues to beat, vibrant and strong through the ages. Section 5. The Fight to Remember. Sadly, many Indigenous communities around the world face an uphill battle to preserve their cultural heritage. Centuries of colonization, forced assimilation, and discrimination have taken a heavy toll. Imagine a beautiful tapestry being torn apart thread by thread. That's what happens when languages are lost, traditions are forgotten, and sacred sites are destroyed. It's a loss for everyone, not just Indigenous peoples. The good news is that Indigenous communities are resilient. They're fighting back, reclaiming their languages, reviving their traditions, and teaching their children the old ways. And they're doing it with courage, creativity, and an unwavering belief in the power of their cultures. Section 6. A Shared Journey. Understanding Indigenous psychologies is not just about learning about different cultures. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of all humanity. It's about acknowledging the pain of the past and working together to create a more just and equitable future. Imagine a world where all cultures are respected, all voices are heard, and all people have the opportunity to thrive. That's the world we can create together. It starts with listening to Indigenous voices, learning from their wisdom, and supporting their efforts to preserve their cultures. It means challenging our own biases and assumptions. And it means working together to dismantle the systems of oppression that continue to harm Indigenous communities. Section 7. Reclaiming Lost Knowledge. Across the globe, Indigenous communities are breathing life back into their ancestral wisdom. They're establishing language immersion schools where children learn the languages of their ancestors through songs, stories, and everyday conversations. They're organizing cultural festivals and gatherings where elders share their knowledge and young people connect with their heritage through dance, music, and traditional arts and crafts. These efforts are not just about preserving the past, they're about empowering future generations. When Indigenous youth have access to their cultural heritage, they develop a strong sense of identity, purpose, and belonging. Section 8. Building Bridges, Healing Wounds. Integrating Indigenous perspectives into mainstream psychology is essential. It's about creating a more inclusive and culturally sensitive approach to mental health care, one that respects the unique needs and experiences of Indigenous peoples. It means training more Indigenous psychologists and therapists who can provide culturally appropriate care. It means incorporating Indigenous healing practices into mainstream settings. And it means addressing the systemic barriers that prevent Indigenous communities from accessing quality mental health services. By bridging these worlds, we can create a more just and equitable system of care that honors the dignity and resilience of Indigenous peoples. Section 9. A Future Woven Together. Imagine a future where Indigenous psychologies are not seen as separate from mainstream psychology, but as integral parts of a rich and diverse tapestry of human understanding. A future where the wisdom of Indigenous cultures helps to shape a more holistic and compassionate approach to mental health care for everyone. This is the future we can create together. By embracing Indigenous perspectives, we open ourselves up to new ways of seeing the world, new ways of healing, and new possibilities for collective well-being. The journey begins with a single step. Let's take that step together, with open hearts and minds, towards a brighter future for all. Section 10. The Power of Listening. One of the most important things we can do is listen. Listen to the stories of Indigenous peoples. Listen to their experiences, their struggles, their hopes, and their dreams. When we truly listen, we open ourselves up to understanding, empathy, and connection. We can support Indigenous-led organizations and initiatives that are working to preserve cultural heritage, promote healing, and advocate for social justice. We can use our voices to amplify Indigenous voices and challenge injustice wherever we see it. Section 11. A call to action. This journey doesn't end here. It's a lifelong commitment to learning, unlearning, and relearning. It's about using our knowledge to create positive change in the world. Let's be allies and advocates for Indigenous communities. Let's support their efforts to heal, to thrive, and to share their wisdom with the world. Together, we can create a future where all cultures are respected, all voices are heard, and all people have the opportunity to live in balance and harmony. Subscribe and don't forget to take care of yourselves. Goodbye.